before it is too late. May we comprehend that the stench, rot, brokenness, emptiness, insecurity, woundedness, disease is from within and not without. Erasing you will not heal me. May we understand before it's too late. God, help us to understand before it's too late. Amen.
To a life of love in action, help us rise and pledge our word.
On the morning of November 6th, I woke up and I was not able to come to the vigil in person, so I turned on the Zoom. And there was Chaplain Joseph sharing a story, as he does, wonderful story, about how he would speak up even when he was a child and say, "That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right."
Not right.
On November 6th, that's exactly what he said. That's not right. Mm-hmm. He didn't try to comfort us or make false platitudes or say, don't worry, things are going to get better. Because we don't know that. He just felt with all of us. He spoke the truth and he felt. That was more comforting than any platitude would have been. He understands and he's not leaving us. Just like Piglet. This isn't right. This is not right. But what is right is community. What is right is the election vigil community. What is right is this community here, the church in Ocean Park. When our building was closed, what did the people say outside? Open the doors. The people said, we need the church in Ocean Park. The people said, open the doors, the place that brings us together. The people said, we need that support. The people said, we need community. The people said, we need education. We need the place that makes good things happen. Open the doors. The Sealing campaign showed us that our connections run deep and wide, and we reach communities that others don't have any idea about. Our gift is bringing people from various communities together to make a difference. It's who we are. As Kamala would say, hear me clearly now. This is not a drill. These are serious times. Our gift at the church in Ocean Park is bringing people together. Our responsibility at the church in Ocean Park is bringing people together to make a difference. We are in a unique position, and it is really ours to do. The community knows who we are, and they're looking to us to help strategize about the next elections, to help dismantle the current system, to create a more equitable one in its place. But they are also looking for some immediate stuff, because there are people who are in danger. There are people who are getting these text messages. There are people who are seeing these flags. It is dangerous already. And it's going to get worse. Times are desperate. And before any of that other stuff about strategizing for the next election, if it ever happens, or tearing down the whole system and creating a new one, which needs to happen, we need to be supporting and creating space for vulnerable people. We need to make plans to block the harm coming to those who are most vulnerable. We need your input, and we need your heart. We need you to invite everyone you know to the workshop next Sunday in order for it to be viable. We are the people, and this is the place. We are the people, and this is the place. This place, as Larry said last week, we need to create places of refuge. This place is a precious resource. It gives physical form to our highest ideals, he said. and it's a home base for the hard work that's ahead. We stand on the shoulders of our own ancestors and on the ancestors of the church in Ocean Park. We have what it takes. We know what to do. This is who we are. People are looking to us. People will respond to us. We have the opportunity that most organizations don't have. A lot of organizations are in such a niche that they can't reach people like, possibly Chamber of Commerce on the one hand and Black Lives Matter on the other hand and all in between. And Code Pink and all these different, we have connections with all of these different folks. A lot of organizations don't, but we do. We have what it takes, and we have connections. We can build coalitions. People will respond. We have an opportunity that most organizations don't. We are the place that people turn to. It's our responsibility, and it's our honor. So I hope you will all come to the workshop a week from today. We also have a workshop today that I hope you will stay for. But you have a week to invite all of your friends to next week's. I'm going to close with words from theologians Frodo and Sam from the Lord of the Rings. I did a lot of good work in my seminary. Frodo says, "I can't do this, Sam." Sam says, "I know, it's all wrong. By rights, we shouldn't even be here, but here we are." It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end, because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was before so much bad had happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it's going to shine the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I now know. Folk in those stories had lots of chances to turn back, only they did not, because they were holding on to something. Frodo says, "What are we holding on to, Sam?" Sam says, "That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for." Amen.
This song uses words that Dr. Martin Luther King used in his speech, and also he took these words from the Bible. So, let justice roll down like a mighty stream. And there's a place for you to sing too, and I hope you will. And that part goes like this. The part you will sing. Oh, Chelsea. I better not start there. There is no freedom, the wise one said. Let justice roll down, let it roll down. Poor cry out for shelter and bread. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Here we go. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Let's try that again. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Hey, let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Hey, hatred will never drive out hate. Let justice roll down, let it roll down. Remember our hearts make us great. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets justice roll down like a mighty stream. When brutality threatens our daughters and sons, let justice roll down, roll down. May our voices ring out above the guns. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Hey, let justice roll down like a mighty stream. When fists rise up to strike a blow, let justice roll down, let it roll down. May the poets remind us of what we know. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. And let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Step by step and one by one, let justice roll down, let it roll down. They can kill the prophets, but we still go on. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Hey, let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream.
All right, so now is a time of community sharing. So if you have a comment or you'd like to ask a question, now is a good time. Yeah.
I'll just be brief, but I just want to name 3 aspects of the sacred in the room this morning and try to do that without crying. One is your words, Janet, and the amazing heart behind them.
Yeah.
The second is music. Louise, Kim, and the way Kim and Janet wove the music into the sermon touched me so deeply. And the third is community. I just feel so privileged to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I have this place to come to, because it is a really confusing time. So many things are going through my brain. You know, like I never held back before being against what's going on in the world. I mean, I fought against the Vietnam War. I was very active as a teenager with my mom. And this time, it's like, I wish I would have gotten that call, because then that would have shown that they know that I'm black. But then there's a part of me that's like, oh, it's good that they don't know. I mean, not that I try to hide things, but and like, I wanted Kamala to win, but I didn't vote for her because of her stance with Gaza and everything. You know, I voted for Jill Stein, but I did want her to win. I didn't want Trump. And it's just such a crazy time. I mean, But I mean, I'm really glad that I have this place to come to. It's helped me so many times in the last 35 years. And my family, it's a little rocky right now with Gino having issues and my youngest daughter being very negative towards me. Like, she's going through a lot of stress, so she puts it all on me. Like, I'm the enemy. And I'm trying, to hold it together. But this is a crazy time. Thank God for Mary Trump. She has a podcast, and she tells the truth about her uncle, and she's really trying to get the word out there to the states and the people that need to hear the truth, because those people are just brainwashed that vote for him. It's like the Nazis. They had their schools, they had their camps, and I can also say the Israelis, because they teach a lot of hate in their schools. Starting from very young, those people are brainwashed over there. And it's crazy, because half of America is brainwashed. They're believing the lies, and the media is telling them that. So we have to figure out a way to tell them the truth so that they'll believe the truth.
I want to thank you too, in respecting the community, and posting the community as the ability for us to come with refuge and seek refuge. I'm reminded before Trump before the election, he had opined that his favorite president was Andrew Jackson. And Andrew Jackson probably was one of the most fascist presidents this country has ever known. As a general, he more or less did things that would make available the states of Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas to become slave states. I say that to say, essentially, I see him for what he is. And as I see him for what he is, in that respect to having him as his favorite president, I see him for what he is. But I also see us for who we are. I see us for who we are in this relationship. And, in Islam, at the masjid, we have a common feeling that Allah's not going to put anything stronger than you can bear. And so this too, is a sign that we must understand and be willing to commit to see this thing through.
Thank you. There's a lot that we'll be talking about later on this afternoon. And sort of analyzing how things could happen the way they did. What I want to speak to is the anger that I heard in your voice, Reverend Janet, because you can't have love without anger at those who attack the children of God. You cannot have love without anger for those who would dehumanize others. And I was sort of having this same conversation with Daria at Lula's on Friday. I think that if people are not angry at those who have dehumanized the civilian population of Gaza, who have allowed a genocide and who do not see that as a single issue, but as an indictment of an entire political system. That's where my anger is. And that's where we have to see the humanity of every people and not settle for, and we have to protect everyone. But I am not willing. I am not willing to settle.
Thank you.
Well, I want to start by saying, Janet, I'm so happy that you're back with us, because I feared you might not be able. Because Janet's been dodging the flu or getting over it, but I'm just so happy that you're with us, and I appreciate very, very much everything you've said. And the only other thing I want to add is you talked about many black people getting this message all over the country, not just, and I know some, including members of my own family, who did receive that message to, grandchildren. But be ready to report to the cotton field. In addition to that, I heard from my brother in North Carolina that a Latinx member of his congregation received a message saying, pack your bags, you're being deported tomorrow. And so that's a lot of the population that's being targeted. I'm curious about whether whoever engineered, one message also engineered the other, but that's quite appalling. That's all I wanted to add.
Thank you. So yeah, the ones I know about are actually students. That's who got it. High school and maybe at middle school students. So they targeted students. Anybody else?
The last song that Weezy sang pretty much sums up what's in my heart. Luckily, I was able to be here and participate in the vigil. And so, in some way, it was like receiving some type of vaccine against the following morning. Because I woke up going, okay, so that happened. And I don't know how I feel, what to do with it, but right now I'm okay. And here it is, week or so later, I'm sort of getting my feet again. And I'm feeling just like that song said, okay, so we were knocked down, and that's not the path we want to go on. So now we just need to forge a new path. And I said to some friends last night, my ancestors will not let me feel defeated. These people did not come through all of these centuries of oppression to have me go, oh, well, I guess that's that. I guess I'll move to Paris. It's like, no, we fought for this land. We fought for our freedom here. We're going to keep fucking fighting.
Like Craig told us, we know who we are. We know we can. We know that's what we're going to do. we're not going to stop. We're going to move forward whether he likes it or not. So that's right. Well, yeah. You're going to support us somehow. Yes.
I don't know if this is too specific, but I loved the story about Pooh and Piglet. I feel like in the last week I've been a little bit like Tigger. I've been kind of bouncing around, distracting myself. Not joyful at all, but just kind of like bumping into walls and things. And then Gary and I watched Rachel Maddow last night. And this cascade of appointments has been, you know, I didn't quite know what to do with it, except, oh, they're his cronies, they're his friends, he's handing out Christmas presents, all that kind of thing. And she said, oh, no, these people are going to help him dismantle our government. And he's picked people who are not capable so that he can be the supreme ruler. And I had no idea. I've got goosebumps thinking about it. I just hadn't put it together yet. And so when we say we have to find a way, it's going to be a whole different kind of a way, because we've had these institutions for all this time to depend on, and now we may not have those. So it's going to take work.
Yeah, and some of these institutions, you don't know what they do, but if you read about them, you know, they provide funding for some of the most vulnerable people in our communities. And so if that goes away, all of a sudden you're not going to have programs for this group or you're not going to have any of this stuff that we need.
I spent most of this week with former students who love me. And I mean, some of you know the difficulties I've been going through work-wise, and it was so healing. But one of them is a woman who is Haitian, and she can't go back home. And I kept thinking about this story she told us this morning, where she was before she left Haiti, and she saw a young girl, 13 or 14, who had just given birth, throw her newborn baby to the pigs. And she saw this. And the horror of it. I'm sorry, this is in my head, and I have to get it out in a way. But the levels at which powerlessness, oppression, violence can destroy us and our humanity is unsurpassed. So, and then just juxtaposing that with my experience of being with my former students and the love and the support they gave themselves. And I mean, they've had rough lives. They're DACA students. They're at risk. Anyway, I'm just overwhelmed. So this message was good for me.
So that just shows the communities we got to build stronger and stronger, the love part communities, so that people have somewhere to go where they can find that community and that love. And I think we have somebody online, Zoom. I think Jerry wants to speak. Is that possible? All right, Jerry, you want to unmute?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, wow. First of all, I want to thank you, Janet, for that wonderful, wonderful, open-hearted sermon that included anger, love, dedication, commitment, and a never give up attitude. And I appreciated the story about Pooh and Piglet. I kind of am concerned about the people who aren't frustrated going a little bit crazy right now because that's the way it is. But Kamala said it in her talk that things do take time. And it doesn't mean we don't start now, but there are people who are going to have to do certain things and heal, and we need to support each other. But the truth of the matter is, I really have hope. I have hope that we are going to push the pendulum back and remain unified and grow, because there's just too many good people that are not going to tolerate the craziness that is befallen us here, and the inadequate, unqualified people. We are not going to abandon Lady Liberty and Mother Earth just because this crooked moron is back in the White House. So all I can say is thank you, Janet. Thank everybody. Thank all the people at the church in Ocean Park. Thank you, Nate, for getting all the kinks worked out with the audio. And keep on keeping on.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Thank you so much. Yes.
So I've got my mic still over here. I just want to say that when I think of these times, I remember 1850 and the compromise that brought in a free state and a slave state, and how that situation energized the Underground Railroad movement. So here we are in 2024, and may we be so energized.
Thank you.
I just want to encourage people not to talk about half of the country supporting him. Half of the country didn't vote. So if you want to be factual about it, maybe something like a quarter of the country is supporting this man. So we can have hope that somehow people who have seen fit not to do anything about registering to vote or vote for a long time, when they get hurt, they see other people getting hurt. I mean, there's potential to build strong coalitions.
Good point, yeah. What? More online? Edward.
Edward, go ahead.
Yes, I came to the ritual at the church on election day. We couldn't stay because we had a lot of car problems, etc. But I brought, and grandkids, etc. So I brought food, and perhaps because I touched down at the ritual for just a small amount of time, I looked at this whole situation differently. I looked at how well Kamala did in the election. I mean, to me, it was like amazing that she got as many votes as she did, because she only had like 100 days. So it was like her name was said almost as much as Trump, and that's why he was doing all this crazy stuff. But being in the ritual space, it helped me look at. I saw in one of Trump's campaigns, I saw someone with a hat on that said 45-47. And that helped me see that Trump never went away. He was like a shadow president the whole time Biden was.
Right. He was affecting people all the whole time. Thank you. We have anger, we have all these different emotions, but we do know that we will go forward as a church, as a community, and we will be a place of gathering. And so I'm hoping that some of you will stay for a potluck afterwards. If you didn't bring anything, there's food, it's okay. Just stay, and we're going to have a workshop this afternoon, and then also next Sunday as well. So I hope that you'll take that seriously and help us to start building these coalitions we're talking about and to move forward together. Obviously, we're not all going to take on everything. Don't worry that, we're going to overwhelm you, and you need to be the leader of this movement, this national or international movement. You don't have to do that. You can just but choose what you're going to do, but be a part of the building the solution. We need your input. We need your brain and your heart. So let's take a moment of silence, and then we'll hear a song from Louise.
In a many-colored garden, we are growing side by side. We will rise all together, we will rise. With the sun and rain upon us, not a row will be denied. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. In our many-colored fabrics made from strands of common thread, we will rise all together, we will rise. Now, we don't often do this here at Church in Ocean Park. But I think today I'm going to invite all who are willing and able to stand up. Woo! Just stand up. We'll rise together. And you can stand in body or stand in spirit. How's that? We can feed our grain to cattle so the rich ones will be fed. We will rise all together. We will rise. Or we'll feed our grain to people so that millions will have bread. We will rise all together. We will rise. We will rise like the ocean. We will rise like the sun. We will rise all together. We will rise. No more will there be hunger in these strands of common thread. We will rise all together. We will rise. In the cold of fear and hatred, clothed with dignity we stand. We will rise all together. We will rise. We have pieced this quilt together, linking hearts with touching hands, yeah. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. We are spirits drawn together tightly by our common threads. We will rise all together, we will rise. From our children to our elders, from all nations we will rise. We will rise all together, we will rise. May respect for all our differences enhance our common ties. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will build a global family strengthened by our common threads. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will build a global family strengthened by our common threads. We will rise all together. We will rise. Amen. Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Morning.
I guess I'm here to sort of break the magic spirit a little bit. It's been a wonderful morning, but I have the message of the ask. And you know, we've done all sorts of things, like this room is in wonderful condition. But I got here late, and y'all can't park for nothing without lines in the parking lot. So it's not your fault, but it kind of looks out there like Donald Trump's cabinet showed up. But we need some guide rails and some guardrails to what we're doing. One of those things would be to resurface the parking lot and paint lines again like we used to have. So it just shows that we all need a little bit of help moving forward, but you can help with sharing. There are real things we need to do. We're going to make it through this year barely, I think, financially, which is a testament to this community and the people who've supported it, but we start all over again in January with the same kind of challenge, so we've got to keep it going. So thank you very much.
Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you.
Okay, once we also have every Sunday somebody who passes around bread and speaks from their heart. And today it's Gail. Yay.
Okay. Well, Janet, I did not collaborate, but we're on the same page. This is a wonderful children's book that I was recently given after giving a workshop on listening skills. And I love this book, so I wanted to share it. Yeah. You know about reading books. Yeah. So this is called The Rabbit Listened. One day, Taylor decided to build something. Something new, something special, something amazing. Taylor was so proud. But then, out of nowhere, oh my God, things came crashing down. I think we all know that feeling. The chicken was the first one to notice. They always have their eyes out for us. Cluck, 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 what a shame. I'm sorry this happened. Let's talk about this. Cluck, cluck. But Taylor didn't feel like talking, so the chicken left. Slow here. Yeah. Next came the bear. Grrr, rawr, how horrible. I bet you feel so angry. Let's shout about it. Grrr, rawr, grrr. Grrr. That's right. But Taylor didn't feel like shouting. So the bear left. He's looking pissed, the bear. The elephant knew just what to do. Trump, duh, I can fix this. We just need to remember exactly the way it was. But Taylor didn't feel like remembering. So the elephant left. One by one they came. The hyena, hee hee hee, let's laugh about it. The ostrich, gulp. Let's hide and pretend nothing happened. That's me. The kangaroo says, tis, 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 what a mess. Let's throw it all away. And the snake, shh, let's go knock down somebody else's. But Taylor didn't feel like doing anything with anybody. So eventually they all left. And Taylor was alone. In the quiet, Taylor didn't even notice the rabbit, but it moved closer until Taylor could feel its warm body. Together they sat in silence until Taylor said, "Please stay with me." The rabbit listened. The rabbit listened as Taylor talked. The rabbit listened as Taylor shouted. The rabbit listened to Taylor remember as Taylor remembered and laughed. The rabbit listened to Taylor's plan to hide, to throw everything away, to ruin something for somebody else. Through it all, the rabbit never left. And when the time was right, the rabbit listened to Taylor's plan to build again. "I can't wait," Taylor said. It's going to be amazing. And that's the end. Of course.
Isn't children's literature the best?
Oh, yeah.
The best.
I just want to say a couple words. One, I love this book. This is my philosophy of how to help children through difficult feelings, problems, and not just children, but yes. All of us. And I know I need that with this election because my urge is to jump in and I need time to be quiet. I'm on a media ban for myself, and I need this time to just to listen and be listened to. So there's my gift to you all. Have children, this is a great book.
All right, please join us in a closing circle.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand.
You can join us in the back if you like,
Make this
even if you
world
weren't
a
here.
better place if you
Abby, you want to come up?
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place.
if you can.
All right, this is time for joys and concerns, and I'd like to first.
Our closing song, and many of you know the song that just says, "Wah-ya-ya." We will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. You know, we are going. Heaven knows where we are going. We'll know we're there. It will be hard, we know. And the road will be muddy and rough. But we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. Wah-ya-ya. We are going, heaven knows where we are going. We'll know we're there. We'll know we're there. We will get there. We will get, heaven knows how. Heaven knows how we will get. We know we will. We know we will. It will be hard, we know. It will be hard, we know. And the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. We are going. We are going, heaven knows where, heaven knows where we are going. We'll know we're there, we'll know we're there. We will get there, we will get, heaven knows how, heaven knows how we will get. We know we will, we know we will. It will be hard, we know. It will be hard, we know. And the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how. Heaven knows how we will get. We know we will. We know we will. It will be hard, we know. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. Wah-ya-ya, 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 wah-ya-ya. Sing that again. Wah-ya-ya, 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 wah-ya-ya. Sing it again now. Wah-ya-ya, 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 wah-ya. One last time. Wah-ya-ya, 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 wah-ya-ya.
And now, as we're ready to birth something new and creative and wild and loving, let us raise our hands together and say together, carry on. Carry on. One. Carry on.